Honourable Speaker, sir. I will stick to my ministry and the budget, sir. If I can say that if the contributions by the opposition be collected and put into an alternative budget, it will be really a shame. While the subject contents of the budget and the budget reply should contain some element of facts, they've gone away from that perspective and created havoc. I would say that as an alternative government, I would ask them to provide an alternative budget. And from the facts of the previous speakers, I don't think they'll be able to put a budget together. Honourable Speaker, sir, fisheries represents Fiji's second largest primary resource sector. With a vision to have the best fishery in the region, the Ministry of Fisheries is mandated to protect, sustain, and manage this critical national resource. The Ministry, through its Office of Offshore Fisheries Division, Inshore, Coastal Fisheries, Aquaculture, Research, Conservation and Development Division, sustain and seeks to grow the sector contributions to GDP. For the 2019-2020 fiscal year, the Ministry has been allocated 17.1 million, with a provision of 11 million for operations and 5.3 million for capital expenditure. The Ministry is well poised to continue to deliver its services to the people of Fiji. Honourable Speaker, sir, the 2019-2020 fiscal envelopes allow the Ministry to clearly focus on three key objectives. The first objective of the Ministry is to optimize our service delivery to the people of Fiji through our 32 service centres. The second objective is to maximize operational efficiency, and the third is to drive physical efficiency. Honourable Speaker, sir, these objectives have been established to ensure that, one, we increase the outreach of our extension and advisory services and the frequency of these services. Two, increase the effectiveness of our project implementation. And thirdly, increase compliance to fisheries laws and regulations. Ultimately, Honourable Speaker, sir, the 2019-2020 fiscal envelope anchors the Ministry's work on increasing the fisheries sector contributions to the nation's GDP. The Ministry's program will focus on an increased aquaculture, coastal and offshore fisheries productivity, and decrease in the negative socio-economic impacts that results from non-compliance to our fisheries regulations in both inshore and offshore fisheries. In aquaculture, Honourable Speaker, sir, to increase productivity in the aquaculture centre, the Ministry works hinges on mobilizing the private sector. Hatchery production, advanced partnership, farmer training, research and development, as well as targeted financial assistance will underpin the Ministry's activity in 2019-2020 fiscal year. Honourable Speaker, sir, under the aquaculture program, the Ministry of Fisheries has an increase in operational budget as reflected in the different segments. The budget allocation of 100,000 for upgrade work of Naloa Hatchery and Ndurlolo research stations will enable the Ministry to provide the supply of shrimp and prawn post larvae along with tilapia fries, which is required by Fiji's aquaculture farmers. The increase in the provision of freshwater aquaculture of 400,000 will increase farm productivity through the extensive services focusing training and research. Wait, Honourable Noekula, I'll come to you. Honourable Speaker, sir, capacity building is critical to ensure that farmers are sustainable. Dedicated training programs on best practice farm methodologies and financial literacy will be delivered in the 2019-2020 fiscal year. Honourable Speaker, sir, through a governance structure of cluster-based farming associations, the Ministry of Fisheries, in partnership with farmers, will benefit from the economies of scale and path-to-market initiatives. Honourable Speaker, sir, food security, import substitution, climate change adaptation, and economic development are all key benefits of aquaculture, and therefore the Ministry appreciates and supports the budget allocations for this programme. On coastal fisheries, Honourable Speaker, sir, 2019-2020 fiscal envelope for fisheries also provides for initiatives and programs to support our rural, coastal and maritime communities. Honourable Speaker, sir, the Ministry currently provides fishing communities with ice through 24 ice plants from far east as Lakemba to the far north as Rotuma. The addition of 569,000 for Wainingandru and Koro Ice Plant under this year's budget provision will greatly assist these communities' contribution to the blue economy. The supply of ice provides a longer shelf life for marine commodities and allows for proper fish handling. This helps the rural, coastal and maritime communities to maximize the commercial value of fish that is being sold. Honourable Speaker, sir, additional ice plants broadens the scope of economic development support which the Ministry now provides for our coastal, rural and maritime communities. Additionally, Honourable Speaker, sir, the production of seaweed provides an economic development opportunity for our rural, coastal, maritime communities. The budget allocation of 259,000 allows the Ministry to provide farm startup materials, training, value-adding, partnership, and path-to-market initiatives for this valuable commodity, another important contributor to our blue economy. In research and development, Honourable Speaker, sir, research, science, and conservation are critical elements to sustaining, managing, and protecting our fishery. Climate change and depleting fish stocks further underscores the importance of research for our ocean governance. Over the past year, there have been substantial work done in ensuring sustainability of our coastal resources. Honourable Speaker, sir, allocation of 300,000 will support scientific work the Ministry undertakes in fisheries research and conservation. This work focuses on stock survey, fishery impact assessment, and non-detrimental findings which feed into informed decisions for ocean governance. As we embark on the UN Decade of Ocean Science, the Ministry welcomes the 300,000 allocation for Makongai Mariculture Research Centre. At Makongai, work will focus on specific fish farming, in particular species of reef fish. The funds will support the reseeding program of giant clams. Additionally, Honourable Speaker, sir, the Ministry continues its work in the Pearl Farm Oyster Development Program. The 295,000 allocated to this program will be used to procure spat collection materials and will focus on identification of potential spat sites, conduct training on spat collection, harvesting, and business models such as community-based farming. The coastal fisheries, Honourable Speaker, sir, the allocation of $772,380 for coastal fisheries development will greatly assist the Ministry's work in increasing the productivity of this sector. Through the footprint of Nationwide Fisheries Service Centre, the Ministry will continue to provide licensing and advisory services for fishing communities, which includes the establishment of Fishermen's Association, technical advice, training on fair deployment, equipment maintenance, along with monitoring, control, and surveillance. Honourable Speaker, sir, monitoring, compliance, and enforcement is another key pillar of work which allows the Ministry to sustain, manage, and protect Fiji's fishery. The Ministry has a budget allocation of 200,000 for this activity. The Inshore Fisheries, which was established in 2017, with the assistance of the New Zealand government, will continue to coordinate the work to reduce and eliminate illegal and unsustainable fishing within our coastal areas. For offshore, Honourable Speaker, sir, the 2019-2020 fiscal budget allows the ministry to continue effectively manage, protect, and sustain our critical offshore fisheries resources. The ministry will increase service delivery by ensuring that there is an amendment to the 2014 Offshore Fisheries Management Regulation and development of an updated tuna management plan, and use the innovative technology to improve the implementation of sustainable measures. Honourable Speaker, sir, before I conclude, I would like to raise and have some discussions on the issue raised by the opposition. And I'm pretty sure the Ministry of Economy will dwell on it further when he has his right of reply. Honourable Honoré has stated the standard of franchise ships. Franchise ships are run by commercial companies. And in fact, in this budget, VAT has been removed on the purchase of vessels. So it basically relies on supply and demand. If we provide a good environment, the commercial vessel companies will be able to buy new ships and their service will improve. Of course, government is doing everything it can to assist in the franchise scheme. The tax for low-income earners. I want to explain to the members of the opposition that workers are not taxed until they reach the threshold of $30,000. So I don't understand what they are trying to complain about. They're complaining about contracts. Contracts has always existed. In private business, everyone is contracted. CEO is contracted. Managers are contracted. In the military, and I think the leader of the opposition will support me, every member of the military are contracted. But that does not deny them the access for bank loans. Never. The honourable member of the leader of the opposition has said that he had applied for a loan about 34 years ago. Honourable Ngavoka, Honourable Speaker, sir, said that Fiji First is pro-rich. But on another tone, he goes on his political campaigning spiel and said, you listen, if you come with us, we will look after you. Some members of the opposition and those that have contributed are clinging to the straws, to the last straws that they can cling on to make sense on something, on a budget that they thought it would fail miserably. They thought that it would fail, but they should support what is good. They should provide alternatives. They should go head by head, ministry and by ministry, and suggest what they think should be a better balanced budget. Order. But just to stand up and try and cling to the very last straw for them to stay above water is totally unfair and irresponsible. They talk about garbage. Honourable Nawaikula, when we had debated before, said openly in this parliament that fisheries does not provide anything to the government coffers. He said it's zero. But the fact is, it's about 2.8 to 3%. But that's not zero. Sir, Honourable Speaker, sir, I plead with the opposition. Come to this parliament with some substantive and alternative. Just don't stand up and create this phenomena that you have the floor and you can say whatever you want to say. Come up with facts. Give it to us. And we will accept it. Be the alternative government and provide us with the alternative budget. It must add up. It must add up. It must sit up.
Order.
To conclude, Honorable Speaker, sir, with the allocated budget for 2019-2030 fiscal year, the Ministry continues its commitment in playing a leadership role in our local communities and national economy through our sustainable management of Fiji fishery resources. In addition, the Ministry will work to develop a fit-for-purpose legislative regulatory framework to enable and support sustainable fisheries. Honourable Speaker, sir, to have the best managed fisheries, the Ministry needs to excel across the whole operation. Therefore, underpinned by our drive to increase service delivery, maximize operational and physical efficiency, I commend and support the 2019-22 budget before this August House. I thank you for your indulgence, sir.